Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah Schultz. I am a Reno real estate expert, and I love all things to do with the Reno scene, the lifestyle, the culture. And on today's video, seeing as though it's almost Valentine's Day, I thought I would give you guys my personal top picks for date night ideas in this area. So don't you go anywhere. I've got some goodies for you. Coming in at number one is going to see a play or a show at the Pioneer Center for Performing Arts. If you didn't know, that is that big dome-shaped building downtown. It's got like a gold waffly looking roof, but it is one of our only equity houses in Reno, meaning that equity productions from out of state and out of town come through. We do get a lot of touring Broadway shows there, and during the first few weeks of February, they are running the production Some Like It Hot. That would be a super fun date night idea. Don't sleep though, because tickets are moving fast. If performing arts are your thing, you have the opportunity each and every Saturday night and select additional dates to check out the theater. They do their own in-house production called Magique. It is phenomenal. It has toured the world for the last 30 years, and when COVID came, they moved back to their hometown of Reno, the producers did, and renovated this whole theater and built a custom place to host their production. And I know you're thinking magic show, that's probably really hokey and cheesy, but it's not that at all. They've got probably like between 8 and 12 showgirls, depending on the night, who wear incredible handmade costumes that they make in-house. It's very sexy, lots of feathers and rhinestones, and the whole glitz and glam of the showgirl world, kind of interspersed with big dance numbers and really cool magic tricks and illusions, not to be missed. So check that out. Another cool date night idea could be dinner and perhaps a visit to the Nevada Museum of Art. If you guys can't tell, I'm a huge arts and culture enthusiast, but you might want to check out what's going on, what exhibitions are available at the Nevada Museum of Art. It's right downtown, kind of on the cusp of downtown and midtown. So you've got, within walking distance, all kinds of restaurants, bars. You know, you could get dinner, go to the museum, and then get a little nightcap at one of our local craft bars, a little craft cocktail somewhere. That sounds like a really fun night. Definitely check that out. Another cool venue that is definitely more along the lines of, you know, local, it's small, it's literally called the Reno Little Theater. That would be a really fun date night. And one thing that they do there that's actually hilarious is the Reno Improv. If you're into comedy at all and you've never experienced a live improv show, you should definitely check that out. It's super fun. And speaking of comedy, if you're into comedy, my husband Ryan and I sometimes on a whim will just go to the Laugh Factory. It's inside the El Dorado, so right downtown. And again, within that area and even within that casino, you could go to Ichiban, you could go to any number of local restaurants, bars, cafes beforehand or after. Go see a comedian. A live stand-up show is always super fun. We went on a whim, let's see, over the Christmas break, and I forget the name of the guy we saw, but he was so funny. He was actually a comedic juggler. So he was telling jokes while juggling. It was like a whole spectacle. We didn't really know what we were in for, but ended up being super fun. And that's pretty low key. It's a small venue. It maybe seats like 50 people, and it's seldom sold out. So it's a nice night to have just like an intimate entertainment experience. That's super fun. If going and seeing live entertainment is not your thing, which I don't know why it wouldn't be, but if it's not, we do have this semi-new thing. It's super cool. It's super fun. It's fun for all ages. We've actually gone on a date and then decided to take our kids on another night, but it's called Sensology. It's at the Grand Sierra Resort, rebranded to be just the GSR, but they make you feel like you're on a game show, essentially. There's all these challenges, and you have teams, whether it's just you versus your date, or if you want to go in a group. It would be super fun to do kind of like a group date or, you know, couples night or whatever. I mean, like I said, we brought our kids, so you could make it more of a family activity, but you go and do all these challenges around your senses, like, you know, there's stuff that's kind of similar to Pictionary or charades, but you're up on a screen and everyone else is in a small room, and there's buzzers and you have to guess what the things are. And, you know, you're trying to essentially beat either the other team, or if you're playing just the two of you on one team. You're trying to beat the game. It's really fun. You're just gonna have to trust me. And they do have, I think, some semblance of a snack bar. I want to say there's like pizza and that kind of food, but I would recommend getting dinner beforehand. There are a lot of options on the property at GSR, or you could go somewhere, local, downtown, midtown, nearby. But they do have a bar at Sensology. So you could continue the party, keep your drinks flowing, have some fun, have some challenges. That's a super, super fun date night. And I know it sounds cheesy or maybe even a little intimidating, but it's well worth it. It's well worth the price tag. I do recommend booking that online in advance because those do fill up and they are limited. So go over to the GSR website and just check it out. Sensology is what you're looking for. Another idea, if you're not a sit down and be entertained kind of person, is the Reno Auto Museum. You guys, I am not even like a car person. And the collection of cars that they have at the Auto Museum is insane. It's classic cars, like as far as the eye can see, in absolute mint condition. I mean, I'm not a car person, but I am an art design person. And just seeing these mint specimens is quite a thrill. These are the collection of cars that were owned by Hera before, he passed. What an impressive collection. I think they also, I want to say there's like a little bar area before or after that you can visit. And if not, you're really close. You're like right downtown. The Reno Renaissance Hotel is right there. They have a great restaurant called The Shore where you can grab nice food and drinks right before or right after. If none of those are checking boxes for you, we have so many amazing restaurants and local bars and cool, funky little places to meet and sit. One of my favorites, if you just want to like grab a cocktail and hang out and talk with your date, is Fireside Lounge. That's inside the Peppermill. To be really honest with you, I'm not a big fan of like the casino scene. I don't like walking through smoky areas. I don't like giving my money to big corporations when there are so many amazing local business owners here in town. But I have to tell you, that room just has a vibe. You're sitting around all these fire pits. The cocktails are crafty and delicious. It feels very intimate. It's like dimly lit and kind of like sexy. It's a cool place to hang out. So that is one place, if you are visiting the casinos, that I would recommend checking out. Otherwise, we have so many amazing eateries. One of our favorites for date night is Arario. That is Korean fusion. It's like Asian fusion. They do have a full bar with crafty cocktails. The food is spectacular. It's definitely one of our favorites. Another place that we like to go when we personally have a date night is called the Kitchen Table. It is small, so you're gonna wanna make reservations in advance of your planned date, but it's very romantic, very intimate. They have a wonderful, wonderful wine list. They have house-made pastas. It's all Italian food, but it's such high quality and so delicious. I'm a big seafood fan. They have a really amazing seafood pasta, which I could literally eat all day. So good. Definitely check that out. And an oldie but a goodie, and I have to mention this because it's actually the restaurant where my husband Ryan and I met, is called Liberty Food and Wine. It's right downtown. I really like the decor in there. They have old historic photos of Marilyn Monroe, of Elvis, of, all kinds of celebrities that were popular in the 60s and 70s. It's just kind of this cool, eclectic vibe. Their food is primarily Italian. They have wood-fired pizza, they have house pastas, but they also have some really great wine list. But one thing that I do love is that they make an amazing spicy margarita, and I, at this point, should just be a connoisseur. It's one of my favorite things about going there is that their margaritas are awesome. There are so many other places that I probably have missed that I should have touched on. If you're a Renoite and you want to help our friends out, please drop in the comments below. Let people know where you're going on your date nights, what's not to be missed. Some maybe fun events or activities would be helpful. And if you are not a Renoite, but you're thinking about becoming one, or if you're here and you're thinking about making a move in real estate, that is what I do. I would love to be of service to you. You can book a free strategy call with me. There's a link to do that in the show notes below. Absolutely no pressure, just a chance to connect and see if we might be a good fit to work together, or at the very least, help you devise a winning strategy with your next and best steps. And if you haven't already, please hit that like and that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week about the Reno Sparks lifestyle, the Northern Nevada housing market, and of course, all things to do with buying and selling real estate. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Happy Valentine's Day.